Morning everyone, welcome to another episode of the EV Side. Hope everyone's doing well. Today I'm off to Hopton-on-Sea for a family holiday. So the car's all packed and we're ready to go. Hi everyone, so we're going to start the journey with 100% on the battery, 121 miles using Eco Pro on the BMW i3. So it limits us to 75 miles an hour, but that's more than enough for the journeys that and the roads that we're doing, so that should be fine. So just looking at the sat nav, 87 miles to the first stop. So the stop that we're initially going to is a place in Norwich, Instabolt, which I have free charging for this month of May because their 100th charger went in. So we're going to try and get one of those. I think one of them, or both of them in Norwich, are Duncan Ballantyne's gyms. So we should be able to get a quick fast charge there and then on to the final destination of Hopton. Hi everyone, so we're on the way to Norwich. We're on the way to Norwich. We've got about 95 miles left in the battery and the range. We've got about 58 miles to go to actually Norwich. First stop, the north part of Norwich for Instabolt for a fast charge. They've got 50 kilowatt fast chargers, so hopefully we can get a fast charge there. If that is taken or iced for whatever reason, then we've got the same in South Norwich, so a couple of miles away, so not the end of the world. And there's also a 22 kilowatt one there and various other ones. Norwich seems to be pretty good from planning before. Norwich seems to be pretty good for charging. Unfortunately, everywhere around Norwich doesn't. So as I get towards Hopton and Great Yarmouth, it doesn't appear that there's much at all. There's a few here and there. There's a two low in Lowestoft which are like 7 kilowatts. So I think the infrastructure out that way does need to improve somewhat. Apologies for the shaky cam. This is on my phone, so it's attached to a dashboard thing. So apologies if it's all over the place. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. We should arrive in Norwich with about 25-30 miles left in the range, which will be enough. We'll fill it up again, or mostly up, and then we'll head on to Hopton, which is about 40 miles from there. So yeah, speak soon. Hi guys, so while we're travelling along, just thought I'd have a chat. So one of the things that's come up recently is what I've been thinking about has been, why don't you see more petrol stations that already have existing infrastructure invest in at least a couple of charge points. They've got more than enough space for electric charge points and for fast chargers, you know, so why not do it? We already know that BP and Shell are already investing in, I would say investing, but like a very tiny small amount of sites just outside of London or just within the London area to put charge points in, almost testing the ground. The sheer amount of money that company has, or both those companies have, they can put a massive infrastructure in place with existing sites. It just seems ludicrous that you wouldn't already bring those customers back into your convenience stores that you've got on there for coffee and snacks and everything else, and then, you know, charge a little bit extra on the electricity and make a bit of money that way, rather than losing that customer completely. It makes no sense to me. There's 2 or 3 garages in my area that, you know, could well easily have at least 1, maybe 2 fast rapid chargers for very little money for those companies. Worst case, you know, you know, partner up with someone like Electro City or Podpoint or whoever it may be. You don't have to do it themselves. So it just makes no sense to me that those sort of things aren't already in place. I mean, the one thing I will say is the oil companies do seem to be investing in electric car companies or startup battery companies. BP just invested $20 million in a
exit towards A11 Thetford.
In an Iranian startup company making electric batteries. So they're clearly interested and they clearly want to go that way, and it would make sense because, you know, even if you invest a little bit now and you know you build upon that, it makes no sense not to do it. So I'm not entirely sure why they don't believe that that's the right way to do things, but it makes no sense why they're not already putting that investment in. They've got the sheer amount of money and scale and infrastructure these companies have. They could easily do it. I'd also like to see companies start to invest a bit like what Tesla is starting to do in terms of dedicated EV charging places. So what you see in a petrol station now, just make it all EV. So, you know, have 20 ultra chargers or superchargers, whatever it may be, have some Tesla ones in there, have a convenience store or a Starbucks or a coffee shop of some kind on there, and you know, even if you get customers for 20 minutes while they fast charging 20 minutes, they'll buy stuff and you can get money out of the electricity as well. So there's so much that some of these companies can do if the person with the right amount of money puts that in place. So just food for thought. Like to hear what you think in the comments below. Please continue watching, and we've now got 48 miles left to go and 83 miles still on range, so more than enough to get us to our first stop. So this is I suppose more of the first long-term range that I've done on this car since I've bought it. We've done some 60-70 mile ranges before, and they were very easy, very practical. So this one's in total to get to Hopton from Hitchin, where I live, is about 120 odd miles. So I'm going to fill up around 90 miles in, and then go to Hopton, have more than enough for while I'm there, and then probably do the same on the way back. So you know, it's all, as I've said before, it's all about planning when it comes to these sort of journeys. So keep watching. Hi guys, so I'm now on the A11 heading to Norwich. 20 miles left to go to the first charge point, and still 47 miles range and 45% left in the battery. So yeah, really good so far. I've got active cruise control on now, so the car is practically driving itself. So a nice, relaxing, EV, quiet journey, just 80s tunes in the background and nothing else. Hi guys, so we've just stopped at the my charge point on the way to Hopton. This one's an Instabolt charging point, so this will give me more than enough. I'll fill up for the rest and then head off down to Hopton. I'll give you a brief overview of this station. There we go, charging. Instabolt. This one is introductory for free. You still have to swipe your card, and it's a payless contactless, which is definitely the way to go. But this is free for this month because they put in their 100th spot. So yeah, all charging and going. Hi guys, so we're now at the Instabolt charging point at Valentine's Health Club, just outside in Norwich. So we've done 90 miles. We've got about, I think I've got here with about 28 miles range left, which was great. The BMW i3's sat nav took me probably a few different places that I probably wouldn't have gone, but in terms of range and charge wise, it's probably more practical because you do some lower roads and some more quicker roads. So as you can see in the video, I've done a bit of both, so the faster roads and the slower roads. That obviously helps your range and helps keep your usage of your energy down to a minimum. This Instabolt charge across all of the sites in May is completely free because they introduced their 100th charging point, which is absolutely great. So thanks very much, Instabolt. This was a really good charge. Now when I got here, unfortunately both chargers were in use. I tried the other side of the charger, but it wasn't working. It was a bit impractical. So there was a chap luckily in one of the other bays that had just finished charging who had finished, and spoke to him, moved his car, helped me out with these charge points because I've not used these ones before, and I'm good to go. So hopefully in half an hour or so we should have a full charge, and we'll be on our way again. So so just to recap, I'm travelling from Hitchin to Hopton-on-Sea, which is near Great Yarmouth. It's about 120 miles. It's about the most I've done in this car. And in terms of charging and travel, it couldn't be more easy. I mean, certainly the journey down here was more relaxing than any other journey around these sort of miles that I've done. I don't know whether it's because it's an electric car and there's no noise, there's no background noise, but literally I had some 80s tunes on, so singing along, quiet road, nice cruising speed of anywhere between 65 and 70 on the big road. So I wasn't slouching it along, but I wasn't hooning it either. So it proves that, you know, I've done 90 miles at, you know, reasonable speeds and with really little hassle. So I'm not expecting the rest of the journey to be any worse. I've got about 30-40 miles to go, and the idea being is I'll probably use a little bit while I'm down in Hopton and Great Yarmouth with the family, and then on the way back I'll either stop here or we're hoping to stop at, I think it's called the Green Centre or something like that in Swaffham, which is all about environmental friendly stuff, you know, electricity. They've got a charging point there as well, so hopefully we can use that. If not, I might just pop back to here or one of the other ones in Norwich on the way back and use that one. Makes sense. So yeah, keep it here. Hope you're enjoying this video. I will do a final wrap up when I get to Hopton, but thanks for watching. Hi guys, so we're now all 100% charged. Took about 45 minutes in the end. Instabolt, awesome. Nice, quick and free for me, so even better. My total journey so far has cost me about £2. So expensive EVs? Don't think so. Anyway, I'll next part of this video when we get there. So speak soon. Hi guys, so made it to Hopton and everything went well. The charge points that I wanted to use were spot on. So again, thanks for Instabolt for that. We've got about 110 probably miles, 110 miles after the charge and getting to Hopton. So it's 120 miles. I made about 80 odd miles in regeneration. So really good. Very practical for long journeys. It's the first one I've done properly, so obviously works really well. So anyway, I'm signing off for this week. Gonna have a nice holiday with the family. So if you liked this video, please please subscribe, please share as much as possible, inflict the pain of this video on everyone else, and I will see you again soon.